Hi, Robbie. This is how I make the slides, or not, sorry, not the slides. This is how I do the YouVersion Bible app um, for my sermon notes. It's real easy. You just go to a web browser, and what we're going to want to do is go up here, creating an event, and it's going to bring me to my sign-in page. And I can get you all set up with your own login, or you can make your own. If you don't have your own, you just go right here to sign up now at Bible.com. But we can make your own, so that way you're tied into Expo's stuff. So I've got it, automatically autofills for me. So I'm just going to sign in. Then this is all of the events that we've done in the past. This is the, I like to do artwork specific to the series that we're in. You don't have to. So an easy thing to do each week is just click this duplicate, and that's going to automatically put in, when you duplicate an event, the reason I like doing that is it automatically puts in the place and the artwork and all of that, but I will go ahead and start from scratch. So I'm going to create a new event. The event name, that's where you could put your sermon title. You could put your series title. So the series I'm doing is called What Should I Do right now. So I'm just going to type What Should I Do? Question mark. The church name or organization is Exponential Church. The event description, this might be where I put so my series title is What Should I Do? The specific sermon this week is called 3 in V1. And you could type more. So, I could type the conclusion of our series about the will of God for you. So this is where we would put in the artwork. Now, YouVersion is really, really strict about this. They're very strict about the size of the artwork. It has to be a JPEG, and it has to be 1440 by 810. I have some stock images already made that are 1440 by 810 that I can show you. When you click that duplicate that I was talking about at the beginning, it would have already populated the artwork. But it's pretty simple, so I'll just go to select image, and I'm going to put in the artwork that I already have made for this. I have it. So sermon series, what do I do? Artwork, and there's my YouVersion. So I'll just click that, and it's going to put the artwork in there for me. There it is, right there. What should I do? Now I'm going to click to add location and times. So I'm going to, since this is saved because it was an Exponential Church login, we're going to keep that address, but I need to add at least one time. Our service starts at 10:30, but I like this to go live at 9:30 just so I make sure it's ready to go as people get there, and people can look it up in the mornings if they want to. So it's got our location on the map there. So I'm going to click add another time, and the date is going to be for June 23rd. The time is going to be for 9:30. And that's AM, and then I actually like to run it for 6 days, so that way during the week, if anybody wants to look up the sermon notes, they can, and they can find it online for 6 days. So I don't know why that didn't do it. Go ahead and do it manually like that there. So everything else looks good, so I'm just going to click save this location. So now we've got the location in there, and we've got the date and the time ready to go. So now I'm going to add content. So this is where you would add whatever notes that you want to add. There's another advantage, and I'll show you that in a minute, for doing the duplicate instead of starting from scratch every time. So with this one, I generally make my notes follow the sermon slides. So with this one, I'm starting my slides with the scripture. So you would just click Bible reference, and it automatically puts this in. And this is where you pick. So the language of the Bible I'm using is English, US. The version is, let's say this week I'm going to use NLT. I'm not actually going to use New Living, but I'll tell you why in a minute. And I'm preaching from 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verses 16 through 18. And you can see it automatically puts the verse in there. So now the verse is good to go. So next thing I'm going to do is this module. So all of these up here, these are the modules. So you can put all kinds of different things online. You could put images in, you could put Bible plans in. So if you're preaching a series and there's a Bible plan that would go well with what you're preaching, you could put that plan in the middle of the notes that people go to on their phone, and then they can subscribe to a plan. You can put images in, all kinds of different things. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to click Insert Next Module here. So now it knows that whatever I click up here is going to put in after this. And sometimes that doesn't always work, and I'll show you what to do in that case. So I'm going to put some plain text in. So I said earlier I'm not actually preaching from the New Living. If you look in here in the New Living, 1 Thessalonians 5, 16 and 18 says, always be joyful, never stop praying, be thankful in all circumstances. I'm actually going to be preaching, I'm going to use the original Greek when I preach this week, or a translation of the original Greek. So I'm actually just going to type in the verse by hand. So 1 Thessalonians 5, 16. Now normally I don't do this because I usually use a Bible translation, not my own translation. But since I'm using my own translation, I have to type it out by hand. Because in the Greek, the adverb comes before the verb, which is unique. And I was looking for a translation that did that. None of them did. So I'm just going to do a literal word for word translation. So always rejoice, unceasingly pray, in everything, typo, everything give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. So there you go. Next, I'm going to add this. So that's going to be one of my slides. The next slide is going to be, I'm going to add these things on my slide. Always rejoice, unceasingly pray, in everything give thanks in Christ Jesus. That's what I want people to see. So that's what's going to be in my notes. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to dress it up a little bit. I'll make that bold, and I'll make that italic. So the always unceasingly, and in everything, I'm going to make bold. And then the actual imperatives, rejoice, pray, give thanks, I'm going to make italic. And then I'll make this bold and italic, just to dress it up a little bit. So that's it. When someone goes to this on their phone, and you'll see what that looks like in a minute, it gives you a preview. Another thing that I like to do here, so I'm going to insert the next module, and I'm going to put a giving link in. So the link label could be, say, giving to exponential, or tithing, or whatever you want to call it. So how about giving to exponential? And then I'll type a little note. If you would like to give to Exponential Church, you can easily do so by following the link here. And then I need to put in the URL. I don't have it memorized, so what I do is I just go to our website, expochurch.com. I'll go to the give link right here. And there's our giving link. So I'll just copy that giving link, and I'll put it in the URL here. So paste it in there. So now that's saved. So once I've got everything ready to go, I can click preview. And this is what it's going to look like on their phone. Just kind of gives you an image. So when someone goes to events through the Bible app and they find Exponential Church and they click our event that we created, this is what they'll see. They'll see the artwork, they'll see the stuff that we put in, they can share the event, And then on each slide, on each little module, each little block we made, they can click this add your private notes, and they can type their own notes that go with that. And then there's the giving link that we put in. So it's pretty slick. If you type something, and sometimes it does this, the things get out of order, you can go to content right here and just click reorder content, and then it shows you each of the modules you made, so you can click and drag. So you just click and you can reorder the content. So done reordering. Next preview. Make sure everything looks good. And after it looks good, you can just go to publish, and that makes it go live. So now if you try to find it on your phone now, you wouldn't be able to find it because it's not June 23rd, 2019 at 9:30 a.m. At 9:30 a.m., that's when it goes online and people will be able to find it. We can also share your event. I always do this too, so I share it to our Facebook page. You don't have to do this. Other people can do this for you, or if you want to, we can give you a login to our Facebook page. So I go to share on a page you manage. So we manage the Exponential Church page, and I'll say tomorrow we what should I say? How about ever wonder what God's will for your life is? Come to Exponential Church tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Find out. And then I'll do a hashtag, bring someone. Okay? And this will post, so the event that we made in YouVersion, it posted to our Facebook page, and people can share it and click on it however they want to do it. So post to Facebook. Okay, and that's it. So we're good to go. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or Google it, whatever. All right.